Hello everybody, it is your host, the Honorable Max here, and today I'm bringing you another Rainbow Six Siege video. Now today, I'm going to do something a little different from most commentaries. Now most commentaries, they do the little season review when it first came out. I'm going to do it here at the end of the season. I had the season for about a month now. We had the mid-season reinforcements, we had the original update. I'm just going to talk about some of the things that happened in this season that I liked and things that I didn't like, and what are my general thoughts on it as I thoroughly enjoyed it for it. Just get the developers, if you're watching this, or for new people coming into Siege who have not had this season yet, or thinking about downloading these operators or things of that nature, or just want to know what this season was like because they didn't have it. The first thing that I noticed that was added is the caliber-based destruction. My thoughts on caliber-based destruction in this game, man, it's aight. You know what I'm saying? It's aight. I mean, it's there, but you know, it's something that I barely noticed. When I first added it, I thought it'd be a big change, but it really was kind of minor. Actually, it was kind of underwhelming. There was a couple weapons in there that I was like, damn, like the Deagle, that was very impressive, and some of the sniper rifles were like, okay, that's kind of impressive. But anything that wasn't an assault rifle, anything that was like a sniper rifle or a DMR or like the Deagle, were very it was underwhelming. Very underwhelming. It was like, it barely changed anything. Some of the smaller caliber pistols, and actually there was a couple pistols that was like the P12 and the 1911 or the M45, whatever the case. They were kind of underpowered more than the real life counterparts are actually more powerful than what they had in game. But overall, it was pretty weak. Next change that was added, or big change, was the SMG AR pistol rebalance. Now they did a big rebalancing thing where they changed the rate of recoil worked on the assault rifles and the SMGs. They make most of the SMGs more accurate, and they made some of the assault rifles just less accurate depending on which assault rifle you had. I really did like this change. It was definitely a really decent change. It made a lot of the SMGs more favorable. There was some that was like meh, and then made those like, okay, this is balls. I like this. You know, it was a really welcoming change. I liked it overall. But it did a couple things that switched up the meta. Okay, you know, I'm gonna dive into that a little later on, but it definitely shook up the meta with that one. But moving on, we're gonna move over to Bartlett University and Skyscraper, the two maps that were added. Bartlett obviously was added in mid-season reinforcements. In me, that's the highlight map of this season. The other one, Skyscraper, it was alright, but Bartlett University, that one was nice. That one was nice. That was my only issue with Bartlett. It is very, very defender favored. Alright, so it definitely favors the defenders more than the attackers. But even with that being said, I still like the map as a general. Skyscraper is alright. It's colorful. It's very unique. Like the current thing about this season, it is very, very, very unique. Alright, some of the weapons that were added, Habana's assault rifle, man, that's a no for me, dog. That assault rifle, it only has 20 rounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's a no for me. I mean, I see what Ubisoft was doing. They were trying to make a unique rifle, which they hit that on the nail. Like, it's very unique compared to the other ones. Like, all the other ones have 30 and that one has 20. I'd see if it fires slower, you know what I'm saying? But nah, bro, it's no for me, dog. The pump action shotgun, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't like it, but I wish Ubisoft would put a little bit more work into that one, because I feel like it's essentially a copy and paste of the GIGN's shotgun, the one that Rook and Doc and Twitch and all them use. It's pretty much that shotgun without the grip, but it fires slightly faster. Everybody keeps comparing it to the one the SAS used. Nah, homie, this directly compares to the one that Rook has. It's right in that damage range, because it's right in that damage and the range that shotgun has. I feel like they just kind of copied and pasted for them. But whatever that being said, the MP5 SD. Now the MP5 SD is another letdown. Now I'm not even gonna lie, like, it's unique. It's very unique to have a weapon but an integral silencer. I thought that was actually a pretty cool idea. However, I wish they wouldn't have just copy and paste the other MP5. Basically what they did, they put a silencer on another MP5 and made it this gun. The only difference between this gun and a regular MP5, obviously besides the silencer, is the fact that this MP5 has a better wall destruction, or better caliber based destruction. Even though they both fire the 9x19 Parabellum, in real life they really wouldn't make much of a difference. Actually, I think the silencer would be worse, but I'm gonna go by Ubisoft logic on that one. The P229, which is the handgun that was added, I actually liked it. It's actually one of my favorite handguns in the entire game, like, as far as semi-automatic pistols are concerned. However, it's greatly overshadowed by the Bearing 9, which is a fully automatic secondary, very very similar to the SMG-11, which is already fairly popular in the game. I feel like they kind of just copied and pasted, especially at the beginning. The stats of the SMG-11, basically, it fires ever so slightly slower, but that doesn't even matter because both of them are well like 900 or 1,000 RPM. That either one is really fast, no matter how you cut it. And the only difference is this one has slightly less accurate and slightly less damage, and it has more bullets. So you be the judge on that one. A couple things that were added as well in this update was the Tachanka buff, very underwhelming, very meh worthy. The shield buff, which is man, that shield buff, that totally changed the way we play Siege now. Montagne is a savage now, bro. Montagne is a force to be reckoned with. The other ones, Fuse and Blitz, you know, if you're good with them, you're good with them. I'm really good with Blitz, but the update didn't really help them as much as I would have wanted it to. They still need to fix some of the hitbox things with Blitz to make him as viable as Montagne is, but I think if Ubisoft spend a little bit more time in that, they can make him just as good. But the shield buff is much needed. The two operators, Hibana and Echo. Hibana definitely shook up the meta. Like having a Thermite and a Hibana, two people who can breach the walls, boss decision. I don't know who decided that. That's that right there is the boss decision. You smart, you loyal. I respect you. She definitely shook up the meta. Echo, however, if you ain't playing bomb or hostage or some shit, he's like, he's like, man, you know, he's cool, you know, you can stun people, but I very often, as soon as I get stunned, I pretty much just stop moving and instantly go for shooting the Echo Drone. And I very rarely catch a situation where I got hit by Echo Drone and somebody, one of their teammates were close enough to take me out immediately after being hit with the drone. And that's where I find like, okay, I don't know how useful he really is. He's only really useful for a team that has that perfect synergy, and they have to know that you got hit with that Echo Drone number 2. So Echo's like it's a man. He's not my kind of character. He's enough for me, dog. The victory dances. Oh my god, these victory dances. I have a mixed feelings. I have a love-hate relationship with these victory dances. On one hand, I like them, and they're really cool, they're really funny to get, but if you don't got the sauce, bro, you ain't getting them bitches, bro. Don't even spend your real life money to get them if you don't got the sauce, because it takes a lot more work to get on the top of the leaderboard and also have that operator. It's a lot harder than you think to get that emote off. But if you like the skin, if you like the changes to the, you know, there's a lot of changes that the elite skins do, but if you're getting it solely for the emote, if you ain't got the sauce, bro, don't do that. Listen to me, bro. It's don't do it, bro. If you ain't got the sauce. The meta changes, the big meta changes. The SMG buff kind of overshadows the shotguns now. Shotguns kind of seem more or less obsolete. Now they're definitely useful, they have their place, but some of the semi-automatic shotguns like Frost's Super 90 is so underpowered, bro. It is absolutely ridiculous. Now with the SMGs being so accurate and being such headshot machines, the shotguns, some of the semi-automatic shotguns, the M10 and like the Frost Super 90 are kind of weak sauce. They kind of need some working around. I feel like they now need to rework the shotguns and some of the pistols and things of that nature to be balanced. All right, Tachanka buff was very underwhelming. That didn't change the meta at all. Hibana definitely shook up the meta, because now you have somebody who can grab hatches and you got Thermite who can grab walls. Hibana completely shook up the meta for this season. Echo, man. The shield buff. Oh my god. The shield buff is beast. Montagne is beast. That is one of the biggest changes or the biggest meta change to ever hit Siege of all times. And people overlook it, but Montagne is a force to be reckoned with. Now that you can't instantly take him out with a C4 charge, he is deadly. But I guess the biggest change would have to be to Hibana being added, having so many breachers, but also Season 4 brought a lot of uniqueness. A lot of the customization options are very unique in this season. A lot of the maps were very unique. They have very unique features from other maps, where some of the other maps was more or less cut and paste. There's a lot less cut and paste here. There's a lot more colorful areas, dark areas. Like Bartlett was so dark, yet Skyscraper was so colorful. They had this little unique part with the gong. They paid more attention to make this season more unique, whereas the other ones was more like, you know, they were very similar similar, but they wanted to make a base and like around it. This one is very, very unique, and they strive to make all the weapons unique from the base weapons ish. They tried, but they failed, but they were close. You know. All in all, I like this season. I'm very much so looking forward to the next season. Like, favorite, and subscribe if you like my content. As always, don't forget to leave a comment, and stay jiggy to the next video.